world, Earth to Go world. This is Docta Fill reporting in. We have a great episode tonight. Should be a great episode tonight. Let me get it started up here. Just this music. Yes, I did not get my chance to do the pre-stream today, unfortunately. But the good news is that by next week it should be happening. Unfortunately, a lot of crap came up around the house today. Just a lot of chores and stuff. Wasn't able to get through to it. Busy working and all. You know, I got a life outside of here too, you know. Norma Bell, welcome in. Good to see you. Hopefully you're having a great night tonight. Welcome in, Norma Bell. Nutty, welcome in, Nutty. Karma is now a country pondu. Please leave a like and sub if you don't mind. Appreciate it. Heidi ho, Beezers. Yeah, Jamie, it just, time did not allow this week. Thankfully, I did find a way to run my little video bumper. So thankfully, we should be all right for tonight at least. Welcome in, Fiona's mom. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better and, you know, hopefully you get some good news. I know you got some stuff going on, not so pleasant, but prayers as always. Alizu, what up, trolls? Hit like and subscribe. Yalla, doctor. Toilet paper. Well, I mean, I was just thinking cleaning up the mess, right? I was just trying to think of a funny picture that would work. Welcome in, Cat C. Rosie's got the steak. Yep. Glitter's got the martini. Welcome in, Hannah 2276. Ooh, that sounds like maybe I should go watch that really quickly before we do anything else, if it's short. Welcome in, Ifista. Good to see ya. Yes, welcome in, everybody. All right. So, we're going to get started up. I guess we could start with Rosie's Instagram story. I've got a great video from GlitterandLazers. I'm thinking let's just, geez, I really want to cover both, but I'm thinking the best way to cut it up, look at it, Mrs. Butler. I'm trying to think of the best way for afterward, because I'm going to cut this into a video later. So I kind of want to put everything in one segment, because that makes it easier. So what I think we're going to do is we'll just take a quick look at Rosy. You know what? We're just going to put it in there just for the heck of it, because it's going to work better for the live. That's what's really more important in the context of the live. I'm not going to worry about the video for later. But anybody watching the replay, you are much appreciated. And anybody watching the live, anybody lurking, thank you so much. Anybody commenting, you're also very much appreciated. Be sure to click that like button if you're enjoying the program, because it helps out the channel quite a bit. Okay, I think it's time for us to get started in just a moment. So let me go to Rosie's Insta story. I was not aware of that. Let's see what we got here. Quirky Love Rosy, the name of the lady. Oh, and I have a big pot of tea about Rosy for tonight. I know I teased it in the title of the show. Turns out Rosy did not escape feederism. She was kicked out. She got kicked out of the feeder corn community. That's right. And I have a reaction from somebody who's involved in that community I'm going to be reviewing tonight. And she explains in detail the entire story of how Rosy got kicked out of the feeder corn community. I want to say this happened like over a year ago, but it wasn't widely known. And Rosy has responded to this woman in her own show. And I'm going to post a link to that video later. But that's the big second half. That's the big second half. I want to save that for the second half. I want to start off with the brand new video from GlitterandLazers. But before we get to either one of those, I heard that there's a hot new video on Rosie's Instagram. She got a new Insta story. So let's see if we can find it here correctly. That one's 42 weeks ago. That's not it. Okay, let's see if we can figure out which one is the new one. Does anybody just have a link to Rosie's new Insta story? They just want to put it in the chat? Because I cannot figure out which one is her newest one. I'll share the tab that I have for Rosy. Here we go, so you folks can at least see it. So I'm looking at Rosy's Instagram here. I'm trying to figure out which one's her newest story. I don't even know that song, but I like it already. Okay, so I'm not sure which is Rosy's newest. Does anybody know which one is the newest one on here? Trying to figure, oh my God. And that's the position of the woman who criticizes Rosy and who describes how she was kicked out of the feederism community, she actually mentions that Rosy is still making feeder content despite being officially kicked out. Oh yes, and Foodie. Here's some hot tea on Foodie. Rose Thorn Reacts. Definitely go check her out. If any of my mods want to post a link to her channel. I watched a video from her earlier. Turns out that Natter just left Dee Dee. Foodie can get back with Natter, but oh no, she can't, because she's stuck in Syria. They just closed the border. This is crazy. It's in a little circle at the top. Okay. Here we go. Thank you. All right, let's share this. Let me adjust the volume a little bit down because it's a little bit loud. I don't want to let the music play because it might be copyrighted. Well, this is Rosie's new story here, apparently. She's just grooving on out. Yeah. I wonder what they gave her at the hospital. I wonder if this is an allusion to what they gave her in the hospital. Okay, so that's teasing Rosy. Let's watch the brand new GlitterandLazers, and then we're going to get to Rosy Exposed. It's called A Whole Lot of Rosy. Okay. So let me check out the, let me put up the bumper real quick. And I am going to load up the newest GlitterandLazers. She just did a whole big video about her trip to the national parks, and it is fantastic. All right. All right, let's hear it.
I don't run right now. I'm running again.
Is this loud enough?
I don't run.
Okay, so let me give a little introduction. Actually, let me read the description of the video to give you guys an introduction here. Join me as I take a summer road trip to visit national parks in Arkansas, Kentucky, and Tennessee. I explored hidden gems and fun cities on our road trip from Austin, Texas to Asheville, North Carolina. I also learned that rest is an important part of every adventure. We visited, look how many places she visited. Arkansas Hot Springs National Park, Garvin Gardens. Is that the place in Monopoly? Garvin Gardens. Mammoth Cave National Park, Lexington, Kentucky. Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Smoky Mountain National Park, and Asheville, North Carolina. I actually watched this video earlier and took a few notes, so hopefully I'll be able to give you a good reaction to it.
Right now. Oh, God. This is a tiny staircase. I don't know what I would call this.
Is it loud
but
enough?
I'm excited to see what happens.
The volume's all over the place. I'm going to turn it down a little bit while the music's playing.
We are driving and we're just about to pass Texarkana. And if you didn't know this, it's called Texarkana because it's right where Texas, Kansas, and Arkansas all connect. So they named the city Texarkana, Texas, Arkansas.
All right, first thing that jumps out to me, Glitter's skin. Absolutely covered with a thick layer of makeup, but these are some massive holes she's got in her face here. It calls into question how happy this woman claims she is when she can't stop picking at her face.
Kansas.
Nice to see she actually has her dog with her for a change. She didn't just leave it at the kennel for once. That's that microphone that Elisa Jordana uses to sing. That's that sing-song microphone that makes everybody sound like they're talking on a telephone. Oh, and this is her new photographer, by the way. This guy replaced John. This is, I don't know his name. Does anyone guess his name? This is the new photographer. I'm not sure how long it's going to take before she gets inappropriate with him as well, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. I think he's still in the honeymoon phase where he's just really happy to have a job that seems to pay so much for so little, but it takes toll on your soul, bro. In the end, it's not worth it. I mean, just ask John. I'm sure he's going to do a tell-all at some point. I hope he does. All right, that's way too loud. She uses a lot of music.
The
So
fact that we have driven 7 hours is hitting. It's hitting hard.
7 hours. 7 hours, though, is a pretty long drive. But hey, right? If you're driving to get to a national park, it's worth it, right? Because if you go to a national park, let me ask you folks. I always like to involve the chat and anybody watching if anybody's watching a video of this, if I clipped it or the replay, what would you like to do at a national park? If you could go to any national park, or if you had a national park in mind, or maybe even one of the ones Glitter names, what would you like to do there? What would be your favorite activity? I mean, the one that she shows off with the caves, I would love to go through the caves, obviously. But I always like to go on the nature trail, even though I usually complain a lot because I really can't stand bugs and I can't stand being hot and really, really muggy. But I still like to go on it because I feel like it's a memorable adventure. And usually because I like birds, so I enjoy going on the nature trail because you can usually find some birds and that way you feel like you did something, even if you didn't really do much. You're like, well, at least I saw some rare bird, some bird that is only endemic to this one park.
We will hopefully get there with a lovely sunset. So what a great way to be welcomed to the Hot Springs area.
John Doe.
That's where we're headed. It's to a national park. I have my pass in here somewhere. Boom. Pass.
Her and the new guy, John.
And we're gonna. It's such a mess.
Well, welcome in. Here you are. Good to see you. And welcome in if I have missed anybody coming in or anybody lurking. I hope you're having a wonderful night. I'm a bird guy. I guess you could say that. I like birds. When I grew up, I had a pet bird. I had pet fish too. And I even had a pet hamster for a little while, but I didn't really care for the hamster. It wasn't really my style. It was kind of mean, to be fair.
But yeah, you know what? I'll probably talk to you guys tomorrow. Because I'm too tired of them. No, let's see where we go to dinner. I don't know. Maybe I'll be here in a bit. Maybe I won't.
Glitter's outfit here, at least, is tasteful. I don't think it's anything special, but at least it's covering her up. She's not exposing herself. The full compression garments, after how many months after the surgery, is still a little surprising to me. But again, I vastly prefer this over when she used to wear those very revealing bikinis. So if this is this is much better than the bikini look. I support this look.
You'll just have to wait and find out.
Welcome in, Edna. Birdman of Alcatraz.
Hello. Good
Birdman
morning.
of Girl World.
We are on our way to the first stop, which is actually not a national park.
Okay. This outfit actually doesn't look bad on her. I think this fits her, at least from the rib cage up. What we're seeing here, this seems to fit her pretty well, actually. So I feel like Glitter actually chose a good look for once here.
It is called Garvin Woodland Park, I believe. I might have gotten the name wrong.
You will arrive at your destination.
It's Garvin Woodland Gardens, the GPS just told me. But it has a lot of really cool architecture and like outdoor design. And it's kind of a place that I would just feel really sad if we didn't visit while we were here.
I bet you pull it off 10 times better, 100 times better than she does.
So we made it to the park and we were greeted by a very sassy peacock. A gorgeous one, but very sassy.
That sounds really nice. That sounds like that time I went to Disney World once and there was a tropical storm and it just missed the park. So there was nobody there for like 2 days because everybody like left because of the tropical storm, but we were already inside the park at the hotel when the tropical storm came. But because the storm didn't actually hit, we were able to go see all the rides and do everything. And it was really overcast, but it was absolutely perfect because it was in the summer and it was so hot. But because the tropical storm clouds came in without actually causing a lot of rain or damage, we got to really enjoy the park to ourselves. It was nice.
So the first place we're walking is Anthony Chapel, and it's probably like the coolest thing in this like little park.
I'm gonna turn down the music again because she always makes it super duper loud. I like that Glitter's walking her dog, but what does stand out to me is Glitter's calves have gotten so crazy huge. Look at the size of her calf. I mean, both of them are big, but especially this one on the right. I mean, that's scary looking. Those calves are literally bigger than her head at this point. Like significantly larger than her head. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, this chapel here is absolutely beautiful. This is a landmark. This is something worth seeing. So I'm glad that Glitter checked this thing out. This is one of the few things she visits that I think actually makes sense.
This is inside the Anthony Chapel, and it is absolutely stunning. Like, this is
eyebrows. You like them?
Ridiculous. I think
Too much?
the ceiling is the coolest part. Like, look at that design. I know I took it a little bit of a journey there, but
notice how out of breath she is. Also, notice how out of breath she is. Not that there's something bad to be out of breath at times. Everybody gets out of breath sometimes, but I just think it calls into question Glitter's alleged athleticism. She always talks about what an athlete she is and how much stamina she has, how far she runs, and how much better she feels now that she got that lipedema removed. Because remember, that lipedema was obstructing her blood flow, and it was obstructing all kinds of things. It was blocking her lymph system, I think the doctor said, but it was blocking something, and it was causing a lot of swelling and preventing her body from working properly. So now that that's gone, you'd think that she'd be a lot healthier and a lot more energetic, but it seems that she's not much better off.
blown away. I was just spinning in a circle for a video for the TikTok, so.
Yeah, this is her wedding fantasy. That music is so darn loud. Sorry about that, folks. I really don't like how she edits that music.
Now we're gonna go up to this, like, so we're at the Anthony Chapel, which is like right here, and now we're gonna go up to this, like, I think like the kids area, or no,
Her hair always looks dirty,
It's a little bit of a
Jamie,
hike, so
but
we're
it's
gonna
still
go back
cleaner
in
than
here to the
Rosie's.
treehouse, which is another super cool architectural thing that exists in this park.
Wookie lover,
And,
welcome in. That's
we're running
great.
A little behind schedule, but I don't care. We're gonna go see it. I probably will not be in Arkansas again.
There's
soon,
some
so
prize,
when you're
some
here,
prize
you gotta do it.
bulls.
This looks
Welcome in,
pretty
Andrea.
unassuming from far away.
Hope you're having a
It
great
looks like
night.
Some beams, but the real treat about this is actually when you get inside. Let me
Chankles.
show you what I mean. Isn't that wild? Here's the cool thing about this that it's kind of inspiring me with today. Sometimes we just need a change in perception to realize how amazing something is. So sometimes things happen in our life that
sounds
are
like it's
frustrating
from
or don't make
AI.
sense, but when we change our perception, we realize they're what we needed all along.
Everything Glitter says now that Glitter got a hold of AI, you notice she's doing all these prosaic monologues everywhere she goes. And she does these videos where she narrates this entire little story. She's only started doing that recently. I think that's because she's using AI. It sounds like something written by AI. It's vapid. Although in her defense, Glitter talks as if she were an AI. Like Glitter could just be an early prototype of a robot, like a PR robot that just goes around parroting press releases and talking points and just, consuming and doing the most vapid stuff possible from the perspective of a publicity manager. So who could say if it's AI or if it's really her? Because it's basically gives you the same results.
And that is what I'm taking from this beautiful work of art. Honestly, this place is incredibly inspiring.
Super loud music, as always. Okay, this is actually really cool architecture. This park is just really neat. Like, when I think of a national park, I think of wild. I think of very open, wild spaces without a lot of built-up trails and paths. But there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's actually cool to be able to take an elevated trail like this, so you can really get a look at the forest floor, so the animals you can see the animals walking around underneath you and things. And that chapel was obviously beautiful. So I really like this park. I think this is a real landmark type place to visit. I like it a lot. And this big thing here as well. And it's so funny, like somebody in the chat pointed out, Anna wearing like her pseudo wedding dress look to go to this chapel. It's like wedding, giving those wedding for one vibes, like one of those rom-com movies where you see the woman, like her husband leaves her, so she has the marriage by herself kind of vibe. So Glitter doesn't have any friends or a husband to leave her, or a fiance to leave her.
We are now in Hot Springs, or about to be in Hot Springs, and I am
Welcome in Save
not
the
looking
Nation.
forward to the heat. I'm being a baby
Okay,
about
good
it.
evening.
But this is the point of this road trip, which is to get me out and about and doing it. And I can't be here and not do it.
Ooh,
See?
what is it?
Like puts that little pressure on you. If I was at home, I would just be like, it's too hot.
All right, so Glitter's saying here that if she were at home, she just wouldn't go outside at all, but because she's here at the park, she's going to do it. Okay, I mean, that doesn't really sound like the woman who's always doing miles of walking every day, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, Dogwood Theme Park. I've never even heard about that before. Is that like a park with a lot of thrill rides? Because I love thrill rides. I like thrill rides a lot.
Stay inside. But no, I'm in Arkansas, so I'm going to go see the hot springs.
And again, the super loud music. Anna's feet are really splayed out, if you notice here when she walks. Her feet are like totally pointed out. And that calf, this right calf is looking like it's going to explode. It's a cow, like somebody said. It's a herd of cattle. Okay, that's a pretty nice looking thing. And we got Orion's belt. We have an entire constellation on her chin. Here we go. We have Orion. Here's his belt. There's the bow. Can we find the Big Dipper anywhere?
Like, we've been in this car forever. Today we are driving 7 hours.
So she's spending another 7 hours driving. I have to say that I'm not sure if I see if I like the idea of going to a different national park every single day, because you're spending more time driving than you are enjoying the parks, right? Like if you're spending 7 hours driving, you're not going to be doing anything else that day, probably not much of anything else, at least. So when you arrive wherever you go, you're just going to just spend the night at the motel or the hotel. I guess Anna would stay at. Then the next day, you're going to go to the park and then spend another 7 hours driving is what it feels like she's doing. It feels like she's just going to these places just to tick them off a list. Like it's like you think that going to the national parks, there's so much to see. You could visit one and be there for a week. Just going on the trails, visiting, inspecting the different animals and plants. If you like to ride mountain bikes or hike, if you like to climb, if you like to go canoeing or something, camping, there's so much you could do. Hunting. I don't know if you can hunt in the national parks.
Again, this time to Kentucky to see Mammoth Caves. And we are listening to a really cool podcast called The Kill List, which is pretty grim now that I think about it, but it's about a guy who goes on the dark web and finds a list of people who are trying to kill people. And then he has to figure out what to do with that information. So it's really interesting. It's helping us make...
If GlitterandLazers' name's on that list, I hope that he does absolutely nothing.
the best of this 7-hour drive. And I just gave up. He's just on my lap. I gave up.
No problem, honey.
I'm so tired, I wanna be done.
Good to see ya.
We have 2 hours left.
All right, that raises an interesting question. They don't have friends. Do you think it's more because women just don't want to be their friend, or do you think it's more because they drive them away? Like, do you think they people want to be their friend and they drive them off, or do you think nobody even wants to be their friend? Maybe it's a little bit of both. That posture with the head tilted in there. She's given ooh, she reminds me of one of the California raisins. I don't know why, but this look, I'm just getting California raisin vibes. They had those big glasses.
And I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, she's singing like a California raisin. I heard it through the grapevine. That would be summon the Anna Beast.
It's 10 o'clock. We just got to the hotel. I am exhausted.
Every day.
I'm so
She's getting
tired.
bigger and bigger. It's crazy.
All dressed and ready for
O'Brien's
bed
belt. I love it. O'Brien's belt. Oh my God. O'Brien's chin strap.
And I plan to just pass out because tomorrow I committed to a hike that has 500 stairs.
Hey, you're right. That's better than that's something at
That's
least.
the easiest way to put it. We put in the GPS Mammoth Cave National Park.
I think so too,
And
Jamie.
in most cases, going to a national park, if you put that in your GPS, it'll work. But not for Mammoth Cave because it's so freaking huge that actually you have to put in Mammoth Cave Visitor Center. So we just drove to the wrong place. And now we're going to the Visitor Center and it's 15 minutes away and we probably aren't going to make our tour. And since it's summer, tours are sold out. So
The thought of being stuck in this car with glitter and lasers would be torturous. This guy next to her, I don't know what she's paying him, but it's not enough. Like you can just, I mean, I don't even know if John works for her still. He might still work for her, but he just thought the thought of having to spend 7 hours a day in the car with this woman. He's like, you cannot pay me enough. There's just not enough money in the world to get me to do this. So that's why this other guy's here. At least I think so.
hopefully something works out.
And I don't consider myself to be OCD, but this twisted seatbelt is bothering me so much for some reason.
We just heard the final call. We are trying really hard to get there. I'm running.
Glitter is just always out of breath whenever she has to actually move quickly, which calls into question her claims of being this 600-pound Olympic marathon runner.
Again, I don't run right now.
I don't run. What was that? I don't run right now? I thought you were always moving, Glitter.
Hard to get there. I'm running again. I don't run right now.
I don't run right. She can barely breathe. She can barely move. This is the woman who did the other day. She said she did, what, 3 miles? She walked her dog over 3 miles on a trail, like, and didn't even have a bead of sweat on her in the pictures afterward.
Oh God. Oh my God. Turn the shoe really quickly. I can't believe we made this.
I mean, this is crazy, hippies, to look at this crap. This is, she spent how many thousands of dollars or how much money on, to get the insurance to cover the plastic surgery that did nothing? She should have just gotten some chemical peels. That would have done 10 times more. Get a series of facials and some chemical peels. But she's got to stop picking at her face as well. And if she's, and the only way to stop doing that is to stop being so neurotic. She needs to talk to a therapist. She needs to talk to a psychiatrist. She needs to get some help for her issues, because if she's picking at her face like that, that's not a sign of somebody who's mentally in a good place.
I ran to get here. I literally physically ran. And I haven't done that in a while, so I'm still capable though, which is good.
Okay, interesting. Yes, Catsy, that's a great thing to mention. Accutane is a drug that I've heard of as well. I had some friends who've used it. It's one of those drugs that if it's like a miracle drug. It's so powerful, but it can have some very serious side effects. So it's something you don't want to mess with lightly. But in situations like Anna, it might be worth it. I mean, at least it's one of those things where you need to have a doctor monitor you. And if you start to have problems, they can take you off of it before they get bad. But that's why you don't want to just take it yourself, off label. Don't go buy it from some pharmacy in India and start taking it yourself, because it can really mess you up. And make sure you go see a doctor for that.
We're in the cave. Well, on our way into the cave.
I like to road trip with people. I actually enjoy road tripping with people, but it has to be people who I'm actually cool with. It can't be like coworkers. It has to be people I actually get along with. But if it is people I get along with, I enjoy it.
So help me God. Okay. Oh, that was cold. That was cold. That was water. I really am the sickest person here. I'm so sorry, people.
Here,
I'm just
full body compression.
Okay.
Full body compression, giant sunglasses, an inch thick layer of facial concealer and some kind of a shirt.
I was really tired. I signed up to do this. I'm gonna do it. It is what it is. You know?
The doctor should be ashamed.
They're like right there.
Thank you. Exactly. I mean, let me read this comment here from Wookie Lover. She makes me laugh. Miss Athletic. Miss Athlete. 500 stairs isn't that bad. I walk dogs for a living and do anywhere from 10 to 15 miles a day, depending on the day. Of course, I'm not 400 pounds either. Well, Anna's not 400 pounds either. She's like 6. So I mean, but seriously, yeah, 500 stairs is a pretty good amount of stairs. But let's consider something. How many hours did Anna have to walk those stairs? It wasn't a race. It's not like she had to hit those stairs, you know, on a machine in the gym and she had, 10 minutes, to do her laps. She probably took like an hour and a half, 2 hours to walk those stairs. So with plenty of time to rest in between. And it's indoors, so the temperature is probably comfortable. So yeah, I think that's an important thing too. 500 stairs, if you got to run all 500, if you're just doing flights of stairs one after another with no breaks, or are you taking your time, doing the list, I'm here, stopping to look at the caves, listening to the guy? That's not the same thing. I mean, and I don't want to knock her for doing activity, because I think it's good that she does activity, and I wish all the girls would do some activity as well. But Anna wants to invent a fantasy world that, it shouldn't have to be one extreme or the other. It shouldn't have to be Foodie, who never leaves her apartment, or Rosy, who never leaves her apartment or even, stands up in the kitchen, or Glitter, who claims to be an Olympic athlete. How about just being honest with yourself and just saying, I'm out of shape, I'm fat, but I still want to move a little bit. It's better than nothing. No, I'm an athlete. I'm so amazing. My body's changing, and I'm so impressed with all the amazing things that my body can do. My body impresses me every time. It's amazing. My body, all the things it can do, I'm still getting used to all the wonderful and amazing things my new body can do. That's fair too. That's very fair too. She's still getting used to all the things her body's capable of. And that is a beautiful view. Hold on a second. I'm just going to take a second here. As much as I knock Glitter and Lasers, I don't know if she chose these places or if she just lucked into them, but this is a pretty cool cave. This is a cool cave. I would like to visit this place. And that is a really cool view. That is so cool. Like, I don't know if you can also go down on the other side, but how cool would it be to have somebody standing down there and take a picture of them from up here? That would be such a cool picture.
So, there's an optional part. We decided I've already done so many steps. I'm doing it.
Well, that makes sense. This music is so loud, I have to keep turning it on and off.
We were doing 500 steps. We did 700 steps. And you know what? I'm so freaking proud of myself.
And notice how everybody else is walking out. They're not even winded at all. Notice how these people back here, do these people look even slightly winded?
We did 700 steps. And you know what? I'm so freaking...
She looks like she's ready to clap. These other people look like they just got out of the car. I mean, in fairness, maybe they did. But nobody else seemed to be this tired. Like, she looks like she's ready to keel over. And it's a very lopsided look she's got going on here.
Proud of myself. I'm also glad we showed up late because I might have bailed.
I'm glad I showed up late because I might have bailed. That says a lot right there about her own confidence in her ability. If I had seen that it was 700 steps, I would have not even tried it.
I just realized that we spent the last 24 hours
with Anna? Hell no.
Not 24 hours, maybe like 12 hours in Lexington, Kentucky, but I didn't tell you guys anything. Basically, we went to a hotel, we had dinner, and then this morning we shot a really cool like little short So you can go check that out. But that is literally all we have from Lexington because we forgot to film. Let me try to stick this on here. So we're at a gas station right now.
I gotta catch up on the chat a little bit.
And the reason we're at a gas station is because I pet a dog.
Good question, Wookie Lover. She said, I think she has to wear the upper body compression, I think, for 3 months. And she has to wear the lower body compression for, I want to say, at least 6, she said. But she's given like so many different answers. I can't really say for sure. I could look it up, but she's given different answers at different times. So whatever answer you get, it's just going to depend on the day because she keeps changing it, whatever she wants it to be. So yeah, it's 6 weeks the most. It probably is, but she keeps making up as she goes and just keeps deciding randomly how long it should be. Yeah, that leg is swelled up a lot. Look at her hands here. Her hands look swollen. Wow, those hands look swollen up too.
So we're at a gas station right now. And the reason we're at a gas station is because I pet a dog when we were filming in Lexington. I started having an allergic reaction.
She pet a dog and started having an allergic reaction. Huh? She pet a dog. She had a reaction to the dog? Is she a Terminator? Like why did, like, what is, huh? She pet a dog and had an allergic reaction, so she had to change her clothes? Let's hear this again, because this is, maybe somebody can explain this better than I understand, because I don't really have I don't really have any, well, I don't really have like many allergies. So I don't really have allergies like that.
Is because I pet a dog. So we're at a gas station right now. And the reason we're at a gas station is because I pet a dog when we were filming in Lexington.
Me too.
I started having an allergic reaction, so I had to change. So this is the t-shirt I literally just got at Mammoth Caves. A pair of shorts.
Andrea, oh my God, that is, I bet you, I now that you said it, I can't stop thinking that. I can totally see her being so annoying and having to try to show off what she knows. I bet she's, you know that when it's upside down, it's a stalactimite, and when it's downside up, it's a stalagmitite. You know that? Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, but actually I know that because I learned that from a professor on Instagram who I'm friends with. You know, I'm friends with a lot of famous people on Instagram. That's Glitter and Lasers.
In my car, and now we're going to continue the drive, hopefully without me having my eyes swell up or my face get covered in a rash or whatever delightful other thing would have come from this allergic reaction.
I mean, it probably was pretty tough. I'm just surprised that Glitter keeps saying that she's able to walk 3 miles daily with no trouble, and then shows these videos of her struggling basically just anytime she has to move faster than a walk. Anytime that she can't just do a simple walk, it really takes her out, and it just calls into question her honesty. And we do know that she's lied in the past. We do know that she's acknowledged that she has no problem lying if she wants to present an image that she feels is incongruous with reality. So I respect that. At the same time, though, I have trouble respecting really anything of Glitter's athletic accomplishments because of the way she is so quick to mislead.
I hope we caught it early enough, but we'll see. We're at a gas station and I just looked at
She's
my
awful.
calves and
She's
ankles,
so awful.
and they are so swollen. Like, they are so swollen. So
her calves
we were
are.
going to do some hiking tonight, but I think
Anna, how can you tell? How can you tell that, like, they're always swollen? Like, what do you mean they're swollen? Your calves have been swollen since the day you got out of surgery.
So gas station and come from this allergic reaction.
This allergic reaction that she had. This allergic reaction. Okay.
But we'll see. We're at a gas station and I just looked at my calves and ankles and they are so swollen. Like, they are so swollen. So we were going to do some hiking tonight.
Probably does.
I have to call an audible and I have to rest and I have to get my feet up. I need to drink a ton of water because they're
I noticed that too.
Really swollen, and they haven't been this swollen since surgery.
I got to catch up on the chat real quick because I've fallen behind a little bit. My apologies. I missed any. I'm sure I missed some good comments, and my apologies. I missed anybody coming in. Welcome in, Chantel's Unflicked Bean. Hope you're having a great night, and welcome in, Loke Dog. I love your new picture. She needs forehead Botox. She needs a chemical. She needs proactive Botox. Anything for the skin. Exactly. It's the dog's fault. It's not all the inflammatory food and stuff. It's not all the swelling and itching, right? It's absolutely the dog. Dogs have defeated Anna. Cats have defeated Foodie. We love the animals around here, and they don't stop doing good work. They just will not let it. They are doing the job that we wish we could, right? Oh, now that actually makes some sense. That actually does make sense. As much as I want to just crack on Anna, that actually seems like a fair point. But then why the heck would she be petting a dog that she knows she's allergic to, right? Like, do you think she'd want to avoid them? Okay, I think we're pretty much caught up on the chat. I got to keep muting the music because I don't want to get struck here.
Are even more swollen, so I am gonna go back to my hotel room and change a lot of our plans.
Amen.
I'm frustrated. I feel perfectly fine, but I know that if I let the swelling continue and don't take care of it, it's gonna be a much bigger problem.
If she doesn't do something about the swelling and take care of it, it's gonna be a much bigger problem. She's already wearing compression garments all day. That should tell you something about this level of swelling, how serious it must be. I mean, I totally believe that Anna plays things up for the camera, that she loves to have some kind of drama. She loves to have that reality TV element of, oh my God, guys, there's a big complication. It totally threw everything out of whack. She loves that. At the same time, I mean, her calves look hugely swollen. I just don't understand. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say I don't understand, but it's impressive. Maybe impressive is the wrong word. It's scary, rather, how her calves could swell that much, even with the compression on all day.
So, looks like it's legs up.
And what is with her twisted arm strap? The seatbelt's twisted. The other. Why does she have a twist on every strap? That's going to irritate your shoulder.
No hiking tonight, or maybe not even tomorrow. So, we just got to see.
And brush your hair. Brush your hair, Anna. For crikey.
My body reacts.
Croc Hunter would say.
Oh, and lots of liquids. I'll be drinking lots of liquids.
Lots of liquids. Wine doesn't count. Beer doesn't count, Anna. You need to drink water. Water for a change. And not just water the next morning. Like water at night. And stop eating all those protein snacks. Protein snacks are great. They're better than eating cookies, right? But protein snacks, you need to have some extra water in your system because they can dehydrate you. Because all that protein, I'm trying to think of the right word for it, but it takes a lot of water to digest it.
Good morning. Wow. So, last night was a little rough. These are my legs right now.
Holy crap. Those are some scary looking legs. They look like they look like hot dogs.
And as you can see,
and they're yellow. Like, look at the color of them. Is that just because they're tanned from wearing the sandals, or is that because they're yellow?
See, like, even just from that line.
Holy crap. Wow. That's looking scary. Yeah, right. Keep the sodium low too. Too much of anything is not good. Yes, Andrea. All they hear is eat protein. Doctor says get exercise, cut your calories, cut your simple carbs, eat more fiber, and try to have more protein. And all they hear is eat more protein, eat more protein. Darn right, Saban. They do. They look like hot dogs from the microwave. You know, you put the hot dogs in the microwave and they plump up and they split. That's how her legs are going to look.
They are really.
And I'm not, and let me give the doctor disclaimer here. The doctor disclaimer. But if those legs are that swollen, that could easily lead to cellulitis. Because when they're that swollen, the circulation isn't working like it normally should. And it's very easy for for bacteria to kind of grow and fester in there if they're swollen up and you're not getting the proper circulation and blood supply that they should be getting. So you could develop cellulitis and end up with some real problems, very painful swelling. It takes a long time to go down. So even though I'm kind of cracking on this lady, I do think she's making the right decision by postponing her hike, because that's not something to play with. That's serious, serious swelling right there.
Freaking swollen. So we're hopefully gonna get these down. But like, look at that. That's not good.
That is, if that doesn't go away by the next morning, I mean, you might want to go see a doctor. Like, that is scary. I just wonder how often she has swelling almost this bad, if not this bad.
I had every expectation.
Oh, wow, look at her cat.
That.
I just noticed, too, look at her ankle. Her ankle is like an entire, look at her ankle like overhangs over her heel. And on the bottom, you can see it, too. That is crazy, those cankles. They're so big, like her heel goes in.
That's not good. I had every expectation.
And wow, look at these. Like, she has a double layer of compression. Look, she has compression and then she has these tighty shorts on top.
That I was going to be doing all of this hiking for
At least she brushed her hair.
Couple days. But when I looked at my calves and ankles and how swollen they'd become, literally in the last 24 hours, I was like, as much as I feel fine, like I don't
even
feel
tighter.
sore and I don't feel exceptionally tired, I knew that they were like a warning sign of like a massive flare-up and potentially
Thank you, Wookie.
A much worse situation in a couple of days.
Wookie here with the scientific explanation for what I was alluding to earlier about how you need to make sure you have water when you eat protein. Wookie Lover with the explanation. When you're eating protein, your body releases nitrogen or something to digest. No, but that makes sense. The protein as it breaks down, and that's you need more water. So yeah, whatever the exact scientific reason, it's good advice. Make sure you have plenty of water. And the medical grade condition is a great point. Yes, chicken, fish, turkey, even some eggs would be good. Processed protein powders, they're better than nothing. You know, like those protein bars. And straight up whey protein powder or egg protein powder, but if you're not adding a bunch of chemicals and stuff to it, is not bad. But eating whole foods is always preferable. It's always preferable. Ooh, Rosy was worried about that the other day. Welcome in, Capricorn Ed J. Hope you're having a great night. No problem. And welcome in, Sarah Cynthia. I agree. She had swelling before, but not like this.
So
not like this.
As much as I hate this and it sucks and it does go against everything I want to do, we've kind of rerouted the road trip to our last stop to be able to give me like a little bit of a break.
That's a good point, Andrea.
And yeah, I'm going to be missing 2 of the parks I intended to do on this trip, which was New River Gorge and Shenandoah. But you know what? The world will be waiting for me when I'm ready. I got this actually from Tiki the dog. I've been following him and I feel very inspired by him. I know it's a dog, I know guys, but I love that dog. I'm only 2 months out from surgery. I have to be kind to myself. And the world will be waiting for me when I'm ready. So I'm going to do what I can and continue to push and challenge myself while also honoring and listening to my body, which is this really frustrating thing. It is very challenging, and I understand why a lot of people just stop, because it is emotionally a roller coaster when you want something so bad in your own body.
You know what you could do? You could put your feet up. First of all, like that, I don't understand. Like she's got swelling on her feet. You'd think she'd have her feet elevated, right? I mean, if she has them down for a moment to film the video, it is what it is. But why not put them up on something while you film the video? Excuse me. And as far as her postponing 2 of the parks, I don't see that as a big deal. In fact, if I were visiting the parks, I would only go to like 1 park or maybe 2. Like I would rather spend more time at the park, camping, hiking, enjoying the place, than traveling from one to another. Like doing a long road trip, traveling across country just to visit multiple parks doesn't really seem like a good way to do it, in my opinion. Everybody's entitled to do what they want when it comes to a vacation. But for myself, I would prefer to go in depth at one park, really explore what there is that makes that park individual, the landmarks and such, the back trails, the animals, the camping.
Just gets in the way in ways that you just don't expect. But I made the right choice.
Yes, diuretics.
And I'm honoring what my body needs. And hopefully in time, that will mean my body will become more resilient. But right now, she needs a little break.
What'd she say?
I made the right choice, and I'm honoring what my body needs.
Honoring what
and hopefully,
exactly.
in time, that will mean my body will become more resilient. But right now, she needs a little break. I didn't think I would be recording anything because legitimately, when we were driving this morning, I did not feel good.
She still, look how swollen she is. Either her top is extra, but look how like her chest fat is like swelling up here. Like she is so swollen. She was not like this before the surgery. I don't think this is just regular weight gain. I think that surgery messed her up. I think that the doctor just, there's a reason they advise not doing surgery on somebody who's that overweight, because the doctor can't clearly see what he should be removing and what he shouldn't. There's healthy and unhealthy tissue right next to each other. It's hard to just take out the fat that you don't want to keep when you're doing that liposuction, unless if somebody's that big. At least that's my understanding. And Anna looks like proof of that, because she is having a lot of, her body is not responding well. It looks like she's got serious lymphedema problems now, that before she only had minor lymphedema problems. Is it all just from her gaining weight? I mean, what happened to, like I said earlier, remember with the surgery was supposed to have removed all of that, quote, blockage? It was supposed to have removed all of that unhealthy lipedema so that her body could circulate better. That doesn't look like somebody with better circulation to me. That looks like somebody whose lymph system is really screwed up.
And thought I would be resting. Plus I had like a bunch of like work stuff I had to do that also took more energy from me. But I had second wind, and there was something I really wanted to do in Gatlinburg that is silly, and I love silly, stupid things. We are going to Pirates Voyage, which is a Pirates dinner theater, and only in Gatlinburg.
Yes, Lazers is also, it's a prescription diuretic. I actually was confused for a minute too until somebody mentioned that. But yes, it's a diuretic, which is a drug that helps you get rid of excess swelling and water. It's a prescription drug, so you can't get it over the counter, but your doctor will give that to you if you're experiencing severe swelling like that.
Well, I think there might be a Pirates Voyage somewhere else, but I'm going to pretend like it's only here because that's what got me out of my bed to go to it. Because I figured I'm probably not going to come to Gatlinburg again, or at least not anytime soon. And I'd be disappointed if I didn't see the Pirate dinner theater. So away we go. We're here at the Pirates Voyage. The best part is while we were driving here, we apparently missed our meet and greet. I bought the super VIP package just because the seats were supposedly more comfortable. And I
said she noticed that she bought the super VIP package because the seats were more comfortable. Because she needed a bigger seat. And you know what? Respect to her for acknowledging that and buying it. So I'm not going to complain about that. What do you folks think about this Pirates Dinner Theater? I know this isn't about Anna. This is more just about, it's just a silly question. But do you like these kind of dinner theater places? I generally do. I don't know. Maybe I'm a dope, but I always enjoyed the theater. I've always enjoyed live performances. Whenever I would go to like a theme park, I would always like to see the shows. Like if they had magic shows or especially at like special effects shows. I like to see live wrestling events. I've always enjoyed live entertainment like that. Anything with, especially if it has acrobatics or special effects, stunts, singing, dancing too. I enjoy all that stuff. So I would definitely enjoy this unless it was really, really awful.
I've been in a car for a bajillion hours. I deserve it. This is it. This is wild. It's very on brand.
Oh no, she cannot drive.
I don't know what I would call this, but
I don't know if she can drive actually. I know that she's not driving. I know that she has her male friend driving. But can she drive? That's a good question. I mean, with those swollen up ankles and calves, I could see her having trouble maneuvering her feet around now under the wheel.
Excited to see what happens. But the set looks incredible. So we are in our seats. You have like a four course. It's not 4 courses. It's just a standard meal that they bring you. And I mean, the theming here is incredible. We will hold all reviews until the end of the presentation.
All right, this looks fun, if silly. I actually have a picture of the food that they served at the at this place. Let me pull it up. Actually, I'm gonna show this for a second here. I'll pull up that food picture. Let me get that. Okay, I can't find it, but anyway, the picture I had, the food does not look that great. It looks just like it's like chicken and corn. If anybody wants to look up a picture of it, it's available. Let me share the screen here. Hold on. So she apparently really loved it, but she didn't like the food though, because here's what she said. Notice she said that if I like the food, I'll tell you after the show. I'm gonna pull this up so I can pull up a picture of the food real quick.
This is it. This is wild. It's very on brand. I don't know what I would call this, but I'm excited to see what happens. But the set looks incredible. So we are in our seats. We have like a four course. It's not 4 courses. It's just a standard meal that they bring you. And I mean, the theming here is incredible.
Here's the meal. I got a picture of it. Here you go. Pigeon Forge 4-course feast. Fried chicken, sliced ham, biscuit, cob of corn, macaroni and cheese, a bowl of soup, endless refills of cola, a cup of coffee, and an apple pastry. Looks like simple stuff, but it looks tasty enough, right? I mean, very, very simple food, but it could be good, right? It's all going to depend on the quality, because those recipes are very simple, but if they're good, they're good. So, let's see what Glitter has to say.
We'll hold all reviews until the end of the presentation.
She said she's going to hold her review of the food till the end of the presentation. And then she never mentions it again. So she must have hated it. All right.
So I woke up this morning. And I'm still really swollen, but I decided that I wanted to see the park because I was here. So we're just going to do short trails. And there is nothing wrong about tailoring your park experience to where your body's at that day, right? Like, it doesn't count if you don't do like a 6.
I've got a feeling those actors are probably so grateful for that. Like, they probably would. Oh my God.
6-mile hike. It still counts just as much if you show up and do a 1-mile hike or a half-a-mile hike, or if you just do the nature trail.
Yes.
Because getting out there and being in nature isn't about how far you walk.
I enjoy that.
It's about getting out there. There's a quote in the lipedema community I love that it's called all or something. It's not about doing all or nothing. It's about doing all or something. And today is a something day, and that's okay.
Oh, Medieval Times doesn't exist anymore. For anybody not aware, Medieval Times is a similar kind of place. Medieval Times was probably the first, maybe not the first, but one of the first dinner theater places like that. And they would have, quote, jousting, where they would have guys who rode horses, who were very good horse riders, like trick rider types. I guess they were cowboys, but they would dress up like knights, and they would do these like jousts and things. It was all, obviously they weren't trying to kill each other. It was a show, but it was really cool to watch, and it was really impressive. They did really interesting feats of horsemanship, and it was a fun show. The food, I remember, was perfectly fine. I don't remember it being especially good, but I don't remember it being bad either. I remember it being decent. Gotta mute the music for a second. Okay, this trail looks really cool, but I don't think this is a safe trail for somebody Glitter's weight. These steps are relatively small, and they're relatively clean, but I just feel like this is taking an unnecessary risk for somebody her size. Like right here, this is wet gravel. These are wet stones. I don't think this is a smart, you know, this is the kind of place where you shouldn't walk here if you don't think you can fall safely. If you know that you could, if you fall and you're not worried about falling because you know you can just pick yourself back up again, then this is exactly a perfectly fine place to go. But if you're too big to fall safely, this is not a good place to be because you could very easily slip and fall here. Beautiful view though, beautiful view.
Really terrible when we came to the park, but walking that little bit made me feel better, so we decided to do another trail. I'm very confused because this is supposedly a trail,
They're
but
not
it's
for
also
everybody.
like just a road.
It's okay, they're not for everybody. Got muted again. Pretty creek here. Okay, what the heck are you doing, Anna? This is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. The only thing she's done stupider than this in recent memory is when she got that surgery. The surgery was the stupidest thing she's done that I could think of. This might be the second stupidest. This is so unsafe for somebody Anna's weight. This is disaster waiting to happen. Absolutely idiocy. And look how deep the fall on the other side is. She'd fall 15 feet down probably. Very pretty creek.
About 2 miles. We ended up doing about 2 miles, and we made it just back to the car, and it started raining. So I think that we were destined to do those 2 miles, and that's it. And I feel good about today.
All right, so she said she did 2 miles there. Again, it's possible, but a lot of times her numbers don't seem to add up. Although I will say, if she spent hours and hours and hours, yeah, she could get 2 miles done. If she spent, 2 hours to walk 2 miles, yeah, I can see that, right? I mean, that's something else we need to consider. And I'm not again, and I like her doing that. I'm not opposed to her doing that, but it feels very inauthentic because she's doing this regularly. Eventually, she would get good at it, right? Like if you walk 3 miles every day, eventually you're going to start to lose some weight. Eventually, you're going to start to get healthier. For her to continue gaining weight and be getting more out of shape, it just doesn't jive with somebody who's being this active. It doesn't add up. Something's wrong here. That's a cool tunnel.
We're here in Asheville. We're taking the day to film like a little cute short form video, kind of like we did in Lexington. So there's not a ton from our time here because we're purposely kind of keeping it secret for that. But after this,
yeah, the serving size, that place was huge. The food looked all right, but that was a huge serving, right? I mean, that's way more than the average person can eat. So that's a huge, and yes, and also she's already swollen up. Very good point, Hannah. Very good point. That is not a good meal to eat when you're already feeling sick, right? Good job getting out there. Right? I mean, it's a nice platter in the sense you could pick and choose, but if you actually finish that whole plate, that is a lot. That is a lot. Don't take away the magic.
I'm headed somewhere really cool that I can't wait to tell you guys about. I'm a little nervous to tell you guys about, but it's something that I'm personally really excited for me. So you guys can hear all about that in the next video.
I'll just say good job getting out there, Anna, right? Good job getting out there. All that matters is that you get out there. I think she even said that in the video, but I missed it. But she said something that all that matters is that you get out there. Good job getting out there, Anna. It's a bear. Remember when she got caught outside for that? Okay. Welcome in Psycho Cat 90. There is still a medieval times by me. Haven't been there in years, but it was fun. A quote for the lipedema community. Thank you very much, Anna. All right, so I'm going to catch it exactly. Math 8 mathin'. The proof is in her pudding. Welcome to Tucker and Friends. Mom's all right. She needs to get motivated again. She has not been motivated enough. That's Mom's problem. If she's listening, Mom, you need to get motivated again. But thank you, Tucker. Yeah, no way. No way. Oh, we put on the bumper while we're watching this. Hold on. Ooh, that sounds cool. Wookie lover, you'd be surprised. Anna does walk about that slow. I think she said it took her an hour and a half to do 2 miles once, something like that. So yeah, I could see that. And if you are like doing like a nature trail, you're not trying, you're like, you stop a lot. So even if you're walking, it's not about how fast you're walking sometimes, it's about how many breaks you take. So if she takes a break every, 2 minutes, where she stops for 10 minutes and looks, that's part of it too. It's not like it's an uninterrupted walk. So what do we have from Rosy? We have a new stream from Rosy, but I have exposing Rosy. I have the history of Rosy. I have why was Rosy kicked out of the feeder community? Yes, indeed. So let me pull that up. This is actually from a reactor who I personally know indirectly. Some of you may know her as well. Even though I don't really want to like endorse her because I know that she'd had a falling out with a friend of mine, Skinny Queen. The reactor I'm talking about is BBWVeronica. She and Skinny Queen had a falling out in the past. I have no issue personally with Veronica, but because of that, I just choose to not interact with her, just out of respect to Skinny Queen. Yeah, I don't want to bring up any drama like that, but Veronica happens to have the tea on her channel. So that's why I'm covering Veronica tonight. So let me pull her up real quickly because she herself is in the feeder community, or she was in the feeder community. I'm not sure the exact details, but she makes corn and she had some of the same clients as Rosy, who also bought corn from her. So Veronica was there. She has firsthand experience of Rosy when she was involved in the corn community. So Veronica is able to give a firsthand account of that. So with that said, let's pull it up. And I'm going to post a link to this video if anybody wants to check it out. I'm not going to endorse Veronica's channel out of respect to Skinny Queen, but if somebody wants to check out the video, feel free to do so. All right. So let's check this out. Oh, in the interest of full disclosure, I was on a panel with Veronica like 2 or 3 times, but it was only for like a few minutes. Like I said, I just don't really know her at all, except for what I've heard. So I'm not going to say anything good or bad. Not here to talk about Veronica. I'm here to talk about Rosy. So let's stick with the subject. Okay, so let me. Okay, so Veronica here is responding to a clip of video Rosy made. I watched this earlier, so I'm going to be skipping around a little bit. I have some timestamps and notes of mine, so we're obviously not going to be watching all 3 hours. So in the beginning here, Rosy is responding to something, I guess something Veronica said. They've been having some back and forth. And so Veronica is going to be reviewing a video that Rosy made about her. So let's hear what Veronica has to say in response to Rosy's video. She's going to be pulling up some social media posts by Rosy. This video is from 4 months ago. So this is stuff that happened, I want to say a year ago, as far as Rosy being kicked out of the feeder community, the corn community. Veronica is still in the corn community, so she is aware of everything that Rosy had done in the past in that community. So let me share the video and let's get started.
That I responded to was back in June. Rosy posted on.
And how's the volume? Is Veronica loud enough?
Tat's post. Tat wrote, "If you don't believe in feeder corn, here's a little clip for you. Foodie Beauty is catering to the feeders. By the looks of things, her YouTube is PG version of Cornhub. Like, who else do we know? She's using the channel for corn. I'll say the words again, corn."
Okay, so the context of this is in 2024, June 9th, Rosy, who had been in the feeder community prior to that date, criticized Foodie Beauty publicly for making feeder content. This is going to come full circle. So just see where this is going. We're going to see where this is all going to go back in a minute.
So Quirky chimes in and said,
great.
I found her Wendy's video to be triggering of feederism stuff as someone who has left. I was so physically uncomfortable because I saw it in her face. I used to make it, and I don't think she's faking it. I think she was literally having sexual pleasure responses. That's not me, you guys. That's her.
So this is Rosy, June 9th, 2024, saying that Foodie's videos were triggering to her. Or no, Wendy's video was triggering to her. But she also said something about Foodie's videos as well.
That's her.
Oh, her Foodie's Wendy's video. Okay, not a woman named Wendy. She means Foodie's video where she ate Wendy's. Sorry for the confusion. Foodie's video where she ate Wendy's was triggering a feederism to her as somebody who has left feederism. She didn't leave. She was kicked out. I was so physically uncomfortable because I saw it in her face. You make feeder content. You're making feeder content. Yesterday you made feeder content. Rosy is very hypocritical. And the more I learn, the more I see that. Let's continue.
Said that. Okay. So I responded to her. And this was before I knew who she was. I didn't, like, I knew who she was, but I didn't know who
this
she was.
Is from
not in the
over a
the
year ago that Rosy
creator
posted this
side of
comment.
things on the YouTube.
2024.
So
Indeed,
I responded to her and I said, I need you out here more telling these people what they're watching because they just keep saying I'm crazy or lying. It's so annoying. Maybe listen to those of us who have experience. If we say it's porn, it's probably porn.
So we got BBWVeronica here, somebody who certainly understands what qualifies as porn. She says she makes it herself, so she knows this stuff. And I don't say this in a negative way at all. This is how this is what she says. I'm respecting her opinion on this subject. So she's saying, hey, that's what it is. Rosy is saying that's what it is. Foodie is making feeder porn, whatever. If this video gets restricted, it is what it is. And let me also say that content warning, the content's going to get a little bit raunchy, but I don't think it's anything that would qualify as adults only. There's not going to be any actual nudity. There's not going to be any discussion of anything explicit. There may be some, a little bit of raunchy talk, but nothing too terrible.
Right? Like, I didn't realize who she was. And she says, oh, hey, aren't you the person who called out Foodie for having ties in the community? I'm very much out here saying these things, LOL. I very publicly left feederism and sex work last year. And the new pivot she had made recent is so ridiculous. She asked where my stuff was. I told her to go look on my, whatever, media. Okay, she says, to eating that fast food and getting off on filming fast food again for the first time in a long time. That video felt so intimate that I can't really watch it. She made me uncomfortable before and triggered me in my ED before. But that Wendy's video should be removed from YouTube. It's disturbing.
Rosy, this is barely a year ago. That video triggered me so much it should be removed from YouTube. Foodie eating and I'm not saying that Foodie's videos are not disgusting. They are disgusting. If they got removed, well, I wouldn't be too upset about it. I enjoy reacting to them. But if they got removed for being feeder content, hey, you know what? Probably for the best. And I would find something else to react to. So, I mean, I'm okay with that. But for Rosy to talk like this while she's now making her own feeder content is pretty disturbing. It's pretty hypocritical. That's what it is.
and it's absolutely a softcore feeder video. It infuriates me when people put this shit out and it's on YouTube instead of behind a paywall. Dude, this is all the shit I say. Like, it's just so funny to me. She's also an absolute idiot because she's making pennies by doing this shit on YouTube instead of pay-per-view. Really? Really? Is that what she's doing?
Ban those mukbangs, dude.
Anyway, so then someone back here,
ban those mukbangs for everybody else. That's what it is. Rosy doesn't like all this competition. She doesn't like all these other women eating or triggering me because it makes me think that I won't be able to support myself.
Let's see. Is it in this one? What was it now? God damn it, I gotta find it again. Where the fuck is it?
I gotta skip forward just a little bit.
I'll bet you $100 she'll be fatter in a year.
Okay.
So when I was on Twitter the other night and I was looking for this thread.
And this is a response to Rosie's comment, because Rosy said, currently 102 pounds down and made massive strides in my physical activity over the past month. And this other person responded, I bet you $100 she'll be fatter in a year.
Lord.
And Veronica said, psychic, LOL. Because Veronica is, Veronica's a troll. Love her or hate her, she's a troll. She'll admit it.
Too hard. She said, I'll bet you $100 she'll be fatter in a year. So when I was on Twitter the other night and I was looking for this thread because I am doing research to make a video and I was high and I saw that and I could not resist. And so I just said, psychic.
We're covering we're exposing rather, Quirky Love Rosy, who is somebody who's actively making softcore feeder content. Turns out barely a year ago, she wanted Foodie banned for making softcore feeder content. So we're kind of exposing her past. Also how she was actually kicked out of the feeder corn community. She didn't leave, she was kicked out, turns out. So that's what we're covering now. Hopefully you're having a great night.
Like, I don't know, whatever. I
wasn't
wasn't really
Lisa.
trying to like stir the pot.
That's not true.
It is what it is. So then she got real butthurt by that. Okay, let me check out. Hold on. I'm sure I'm missing chat right now. Up chronically ill, and you guys, half of us are chronically ill because
I gotta skip forward just a little bit.
So all of you are disabled now, you guys. Let's go get a couple girl. And I said,
so Rosy responded, getting all triggered when Veronica said she's psychic, that she's going to gain the weight back. Rosy responded with, this is fan behavior, Veronica. Got all offended.
I am a fan now, girl. I was just revisiting our first interaction, this post of us discussing Foodie's feeder porn on YouTube. So I'm legit curious, how is what you're doing now different? Mm-hmm. Do you not think having eating as 99% of your content is problematic? And her response was, fat people eating, oh, sorry.
A lot of it is. That's why I found this, actually. A lot of this is on the farms.
My response about being a fan is what prompted her the other day.
But they don't have this video clipped. I had to go through this and find these timestamps myself. But they do have a link to this video on there.
To talk about me, but without using my name, where she said that there's this crazy girl.
Just wait and see.
Saying crazy shit on Twitter, because I'm crazy. I'm a stalker. So then the other night after she did that and I did my live, I said, also, I am not stalking you, but I am weird because she called me a weirdo. But I am weird, so I'll give you that. I'm just reacting to the content that you make publicly available on YouTube. Content that you and I both know for a fact is nothing but feeder porn. Go back and read our discussion in this thread. Straight hypocrisy. For
Yep.
real, for real. And she responded to that and said,
and now Rosy with this complete straw man argument, where she claims that people are so, if any fat person eats, it's feed. No, Rosy, people aren't saying that. You're creating this fantasy of this because you're creating this straw man because you can't argue the reality.
fat people eating on camera isn't feeder porn. You and I both know that you are miserable. Stuck in the sex work world when you don't want to be. You're projecting and you wish you could escape like I did. Have the day you deserve.
Rosy did not escape anything. Rosy was kicked out. She is still making feeder content. She was only kicked out of the professional feeder content production.
She feels so badass with that have the day you deserve thing. It's fucking hilarious. Okay, and I responded, you're a delusional liar straight up. Just a 600-pound quirky girl eating 6,000 calories a day to an audience of people telling you you're pretty and totally not jacking off. What the fuck crack are you smoking? So again, how is what you are doing different than Foodie taking donations to eat?
So Veronica, she is really 100% accurate with this. Veronica and I are on the same page. I agree with her 100%. This is what I've been saying myself for a while. So I'm pleased to see that Veronica and I are in agreement on this, considering she and I are probably, she and I are very different in a lot of ways. But the fact that we are 100% in agreement on this makes me feel that we're probably right. When two people who are very different are in agreement, they're probably on the right track.
Like, how is it different? How is it different? And
welcome
her
in, Chevy
response
Silverado girl.
Is
good to see
this
you
live? So let's
see. I didn't know about any of that, Alizé. I'm relatively new to Rosy because for the interest of full disclosure, Rosy tried buddying up to Skinny Queen for a while. After she was kicked out of the feeder community, not everybody was aware of that. So she tried to do this thing where she wanted to become a part of Girl World, but she wanted to be known as the, quote, good girl. She was dieting and exercising, and she was not, exploiting her body, making feeder content. She was doing all of the, quote, right things. She wanted that attention because she could no longer be in the feeder community. But after a short while, she got exposed for continue being a hypocrite, and she's gone right back to doing what she's always done.
Politics. Oh, I can't. I can do politics like 5 minutes at a time. Like, that's it. I can't. It's too much. Yeah, she's doing the exact same thing as Foodie. And we watched that video the other day.
So let's fast forward to the part here where she talks about how Rosy was kicked out of the feeder community. So let me go to that part. That's up 43 something. So let me go forward to that.
Because she really does not consider this sex work. She just doesn't. Even though she knows it is. She 1000% knows it is. So
this part here, before we get to how she was kicked out, this is just another quote here talking about how Rosy, what she did back when she was in the feeder community. This is some more background.
She thinks she is so much better than us, of the girls out here making a living, doing shit, like shaking their ass. She's so much better than us. Totally.
Of course you're projecting. Of course you're jealous. I escaped. Dumb bitch.
Oh, wait. Damn. Hold on.
More. Of course you're projecting. Of course you're jealous. I escaped. Dumb bitch.
She escaped, you guys. As she's stuffing her fucking face. She escaped. Like, I'm sorry. I have no words for that. Like, escaped? What did you escape? Like, you were skinnier.
Yes.
When you were in the feederism.
Yes,
industry,
Veronica.
When you were making your porn, when you were going to see your clients, That was when you were skinnier.
She was smaller before she escaped.
I'm sorry, but there is no way. We compared the pictures today. You cannot tell me she is smaller now than she was 2 years ago. She's not. She is way bigger now than she was 2 years ago. She is a compulsive liar. I would love for her to just get on a scale just one time right now. Show it. Show what she's weighing. I'd love it.
That's the same claim she made about Foodie Beauty. Okay, and I had clients. I had a lot of them. I was good at what I did.
And
she had a lot of clients and she was good at what she did. So this is what I always was asking. Rosy, why did you leave the community if you, quote, were good at it? You, quote, enjoyed it. She said numerous times how much she enjoyed the actual sex that she was having. She said she liked it. She said she was making good money. So why did she leave it? She never has an explanation for why. Every time, oh, well, it was just terrible. It was terrible. I hated it. But every time you describe it, you say you had a good time. You said you enjoyed it. You said you were making money. You said you were good at it. Like every time she talks about it, it's in a positive way. And she is still making feeder content. So if she really hated it so much, why is she still doing it?
in your chat right now. Yeah.
I exploited my eating disorder.
Oh, the eating disorder you totally don't have right now.
None of this is news.
Oh no, she had clients, Andrea. Jessica. She was hoeing it up. She wasn't just taking pics.
It's like if you think just being fat and eating on camera is feederism, then your content is ass. There's so much more that goes. There's so much nuance, and that's why like when people
there's so much nuance. We just don't understand that these sick, perverted people, men and women, want to watch Rosy eat herself to death and pleasure themselves at the same time. Those people are sick, but they exist. And why Rosy wants to insist that no, that's not true because of some distinction, some academic distinction that she makes. It's a distinction without a difference.
Who don't understand the concept of feederism.
Yeah, we just don't understand it. We're not smart enough.
I'm not speaking about Veronica. I mean in general, like in the reaction content world, right?
See, do you catch that? She was about to try to say that I don't know shit about feederism because I really don't. I just know basic shit, right? Because I'm not a feedie. I will say.
Rosy says that we don't understand feederism. Veronica works in the porn. She makes porn. She works in the porn community. She's been doing this for a long time, and she knew about Rosy back when she was doing this originally. She has some of the same clients that Rosy had. She herself says so. So how the heck does she not understand what is and what is not feederism? If Rosy wants to say that I don't understand what feederism is, fine. Maybe I don't. I know that what she's doing is feederism, but maybe I don't understand it exactly. I'll concede that. I'm not an expert on that stuff. But is she really going to say that Veronica also doesn't understand it? That she knows this stuff so much better than everybody? Even Veronica? Huh?
Say it 1,000
times. Crap,
times.
Rosy.
I'm not a feedie. She is. I'm not. So, you know.
No worries,
right.
Chevy Silverado girl.
I don't
That's
know
what replays are for.
The nuances like she does. I don't live that lifestyle. Never. It was a job. It's always a job. Period.
Agreed.
Yeah, she's put a lot of emphasis on being under 500 because she doesn't want to be considered bigger than Amberlynn. I know this for a fact, but you know she is. She is at least 550. There is no way. No way.
Agreed. She's got to be over 550 at this point. They were at one point.
Me?
Or
coming on camera?
They were, in a sense, they were coworkers. They worked with the same people, but not at the exact same time.
Like, if my mom were to come home with that Panda Express and I were to make a big plate of Chinese food and eat it on camera, now we can have a conversation.
Bullshit.
I personally don't do that shit.
Bullshit.
So if she eats a big plate of Chinese food on camera, that's feederism. If she eats 30 ounces of steak and 3 sweet potatoes soaked in butter, that's not feederism. See? We're not smart enough to understand that.
I purposely don't do that shit because that is feeder fodder.
What was today?
I mean, that's the thing, Dark Salmon. Like,
Dark salmon, fucking
making
bitch.
feederism content was addicting and exhilarating
And you're
so
doing
fun. Like, what?
It was addicting and exhilarating and so fun. So Rosy, again, this raises the question. So why did you not leave? So why did you leave? Why did you leave it if it was exhilarating and fun for you? Oh, wait a minute, you never actually left. But why do you claim you left, rather? That's maybe the question I should phrase. Why do you claim you left feederism, Rosy? She never has an explanation. She just says, oh, I left it because it was bad for me. But you said you enjoyed it and you loved it. And it was everything you say about it is positive. I can't understand why you would quit something that you can only describe in positive terms.
What do you mean? I get to just do something that I love to do, even if it's self-destructive and fucking killing me. And not only do I get to be told how pretty I am while I do it, I get to get paid for it. Like, that's why for so long I was like...
See, she quoted my little getting told that she's pretty line. Because that's what she loves. That's what she loves. She loves these guys coming in and saying, you're so pretty. Because when you're working as a cam girl, that's what they do all goddamn day. You sit there on cam and they're like, oh, you're so beautiful. Show me your tits, right? Like, I don't know why she thinks it's real. She thinks it's real. She thinks these men really like her, like she's a trip. Oh, she's always queer baiting. Completely.
All right, so I'm going to skip forward again.
Yeah, I'm going to just put that up because legitimately, what lifestyle? See, that's the thing. So
there we go. Yeah, this is a comment from somebody in the chat here. Says she wants to find a way to combine lifestyle comments and eating on camera, but it's not feederism. Well, where's the line between these things? Exactly. It's a distinction without a difference. So let's fast forward a little bit to the next segment here, which I want to cover.
To piss off every fat hoe in America. For real. Like I would pay money to find a fat hoe who actually still likes Rosy.
There you go. In her own words. Let's hear that again, because that is. She has a way of putting that I don't think many other people could do.
Okay. For real. Like I would pay money to find a fat hoe who actually still likes Rosy.
There you go.
Because you don't do people like that. Like, so she made content with a woman. Her name is Ivy, and she is kind of an idol of mine because
this is what led to Rosy being kicked out. And like Elizu said earlier, it involved Rosy posing with a cane that belonged to somebody else and pretending to be disabled. That person whose cane it was a little bit offended and kind of called Rosy out. And in response, Rosy had a meltdown and attacked everybody and got her, and people would just cut ties with her because she was so crazy they didn't want to deal with her anymore.
She is a big woman and she owns a production company.
She lost them all. She used to have some here
in Florida. She's got the fucking market covered. Like it's to me, it's fucking beautiful. It's like that is empowerment to me. Okay. Like you can talk shit about feeder porn, whatever. Yeah. I love Ivy. I respect the fuck out of that woman. And what Rosy did to her was real bad. Real bad. She threatened to take her to court, forced her to take down all of her content that she had been paid to make. She ripped her off. She fucked them over. She lied about them. She tried to smear their name. She doxed Rain, her family. Like, people don't realize how fucked up her history is. And
did you hear that, folks? So apparently that's a summary of what got her kicked out of the feeder corn community. Apparently there's other stuff as well, but that's kind of just a quick rundown. Let's let her say that again. So she basically antagonized, attacked, and harassed this woman who in the past she had been friendly with, who in the past she had worked for. In the past, this woman, Ivy, in the picture here, had financially supported or had employed her and financially compensated her. And in return, Rosy did everything she could to harass that woman. Let's let Veronica describe it once more.
It was real bad, out of that woman. And what Rosy did to her was real bad. Real bad. She threatened to take her to court, forced her to take down all of her content that she had been paid to make. She ripped her off. She fucked them over. She lied about them. She tried to smear their name. She doxed Rain, her family. Like, people don't realize how fucked up her history is. And like Cam knows that this shit's been going on. But I
protein
didn't,
bars.
So this is the whole thing. Like, this was purely, I got into Rosy purely two separate things. There was two separate situations. Like, it was so weird because like I knew about the whole Rain and Ivy, that whole thing. I knew all about that. But then when she said that shit about Foodie, I didn't know who she was. And I went to Discord and I was like, who is this chick? And that's when I learned about her. Because like I knew about it from a different angle. Like, does that make sense? Yeah. She started fresh in girl world, and fuck her. She is a piece of shit. And I'm seriously, I'm trying to be nice about this, but she really fucked them people over. And what made it so much worse was it wasn't that she just fucked them over. It's the fucking press tour she went on. She went.
Yeah, according to Veronica, Rosy didn't just screw this lady over, but then she also publicly tried to screw her over again. Tried to tarnish her name, her reputation.
Everywhere. To lie about these people. For what? To be a cunt. There is no reason for it.
Yep. It's one thing to have a dispute over business and to have a dispute over some money, and that's that can happen. But then afterward, to just personally attack her and to attack her family as well. Yes, Rosy, the one who constantly talks about how protecting kids is so important to me. That's a big deal to me. I can't even go live if my niece is in the same city because I care so much about children. Apparently, she had no problem doxing this lady's kids.
Like, there are, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to explain, like, in
she was groomed into it, right?
Come on. Escorting, the sex work, there is a level of trust you have to have with people. And she went so above and beyond into the most disgusting lies.
Oh, that's a good question.
For nothing. Just to play.
What do I think? I don't know enough to say for sure. But I'm questioning if they're going to stay broken up for long. I mean, where else is Natter going to go? They've been together for so long. I just can't imagine them being apart. But anything's possible. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'll give it some time, but I think they're going to get back together.
The fucking victim. Exactly, Nikki. The fucking victim tour. She
turned
her victimizing them into her entire persona of them victimizing her. She just turned it around and fucking just became a whole new person. And it's impossible to like explain. It's fucking weird as shit. Because everything that she does
protecting kids is so important.
Everything she says.
She makes content that is softcore feeder content. I'm not going to call it softcore porn because it's not quite up to that level, but it's certainly something. It's inappropriate. It's very inappropriate content. She talks about graphic subjects, uses a lot of profanity, speaks obscenely, and will never restrict her content in any way. But then she has a little post in the chat saying 18 plus only. So she acknowledges that her content is inappropriate for children in her own mind. It's inappropriate, but she will not stop children from seeing content she thinks is inappropriate for them, despite her saying that she has a strong need to protect kids.
is a lie, a manipulation. Even this right here, she talked about me because she knew that I would make this live to get more attention. It's all manipulation. Don't think I'm fooled, you guys. Trust, okay? This is her reality. She is trying so hard to get fucking famous.
And yes, Nutty, it's hilarious. He broke up with her basically the day after they closed the border in Syria.
This is where we're at. Like, and I'm not being dramatic. This is like her dream. She loves this shit. So I'm playing along because I'm
going to fast forward to the next clip at 142.
Anybody's new. Because fuck it. She's a piece of shit and I can prove it. It's just disgusting. Like, I can show a diagram or something, but it's nasty. It just the thought of it grosses me out. So anyway, back to Rain. Oh, hang on.
And here's a link to Veronica's vid.
Hi everyone. So I just wanted to give a quick update about what's going on with the whole situation of...
And this woman here is the one that Veronica was mentioning earlier. This one in the picture is Rain. That is the woman that Rosy worked for at one point. Rosy reneged on her deal, demanded she be repaid. Oh, let me explain what happened because I don't know if Veronica explains the details. Rain paid Rosy to produce some pornography. Rosy produced the pornography with Rain's help. She did the video. I think Rain recorded it at her studio. Then Rosy, after they had that falling out, Rosy said, you got to take down all my porn videos. I don't want those videos to be up anymore. Take them down. Well, she was already paid to make those videos. Apparently, Rain, being a nice person or maybe just not wanting to deal with Rosy anymore, had enough and said, fine, I'll take the videos down. Rosy never repaid any of the money she received for them. So that's already pretty crappy, right? Like, if she wanted her to take down the videos, she could have repaid the money she was given for them, at least. But after that, Rosy then went on to dox this woman. Well, let her describe it.
Frustration at hand. Hi everybody.
I'm gonna go
so I just wanted to give a quick update about what's going on. In the last 24 hours,
Wear camouflage and jump in down from a helicopter.
Two different 18 plus platforms. One being a community that we're both part of, a forum that we're both part of. The other being her Not Safe for Work Twitter. And on both of those platforms, she has mentioned my children.
What was that? Mentioned children, but no, protecting kids is a poor. Minors on the internet. That's a big no-no for me. I can't stand when minors are on the internet. That really upsets me. What was that you did, Rosy?
The other being her Not Safe for Work Twitter. And on both of those platforms, she has mentioned my children.
Mentioned somebody else's children on her porn distribution platform. And she doesn't like having minors on the internet, huh?
She also made thank you, Angela. She also made a post on the 18 plus platform where she said something about me accusing her of doxing when she had shared a censored picture. So for everyone who doesn't know what happened, there's a couple of updates. She's continuing her attack on me across multiple platforms. On this platform, she said that I was accusing her of doxing when she had posted a censored photo. What it was is she took a screenshot from my Facebook, stating that I was thanking her for a gift she gave me back in November for my birthday. I guess to prove we were once friends. I don't know. It was rather silly since I've actually already thanked her for that on multiple platforms several months ago when it happened. But when she took that screenshot from my private Facebook, she did put a line through my name. However, the line
You're a liar, Rosy. You're a liar.
People began to find me on Facebook. So that is doxing. Maybe she didn't intend to do it. I don't doubt that. What I do think happened is that she is so angry and she's unraveling and attacking me so hard that she wasn't paying attention to what she was doing. And she said at one point in this, when she was issuing out a lot of threats, that, well, I've got to figure out what my next step is going to be. And she keeps saying things like that, you know. And then she was like, you know, I don't want to ring any bells that I can't unring. But at this point she has, because she's doxed me. Whether it was intentional or not, she still did. And she's misgendered me. She's misgendered my son. She's brought my kids into this. And she's posted about my children on two
Blondie.
18+ platforms.
Thank you for being a member and being a big
Not okay.
deal.
Yeah, this is a reaction in a reaction. So that's I think this is somebody else's channel with this cat. So you're gonna hear the cat talking just a little bit. Don't worry, just forget about it.
Since this all started, it really does say what kind of person she is. I'm actually surprised. A couple weeks ago when I broke off our friendship, I knew that being around her was affecting my mental health in a negative way, but I still thought she was a good person. I told her as much when I broke off the friendship. I did call her.
So apparently Rain said to Rosy, hey, if you want to, I don't want to deal with you anymore. It's too much stress, but I don't have a problem with you. I still think you're an okay person. Let's just agree to keep some space. And Rosy decided to attack her after that.
Out about one thing on Twitter that I thought was questionable. I don't even care about that anymore. It's really gone so far beyond that at this point. She is the one who has brought this to multiple platforms. I'm okay. She has brought this to multiple platforms. I never responded on Instagram until she brought it to Instagram. And in my response, I've genuinely just been asking her to stop harassing me, stop bringing my children into this. It's inappropriate. Stop harassing me. I really haven't. Thank you. Yummy. I want some pizza. I really haven't attacked her. I don't feel. Mostly what I'm talking about is the behavior that she's distributing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I believe
kind of weaving a web of lies. And when, even in her post on this forum that we're both in, the post said, and I did take screenshots, it's been removed now by the group who runs the forum, by the admin, because it was harassment. It was breaking their policies of harassment. Yeah.
For anybody just coming in, this woman here is the one who Rosy worked for, making feeder porn, and they had a falling out. We're going to hear exactly what began the falling out, but what finished the falling out is Rosy essentially harassing this woman. And that's why Rosy was ejected from the feeder porn community. She didn't escape. She wasn't groomed. She loved every minute of it. In her own words, she says she loved it. And she left. She never explained why she left. The only people who explained why she left are the people who kicked her out.
I really hope so. She is doing it to get a reaction, and
She was harassing her on
understand what you're saying,
Phoebe.
and don't give her one, but I'm being harassed. I'm being harassed.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead just a little bit more. We're going to skip ahead to the next part here because this video is a pretty long one. Let me skip to the next part of her video.
Because that is out of bounds.
I don't think
And,
so. I feel like I'm
About Rosy's adult career.
model. She models for some plus size clothing companies. And
I'm just super confused about Rosy's adult career.
Here, Veronica now gives us some details of what Rosy did back when she was doing the feeder content.
Like, the way she talks sometimes is like it lasted for years. But I thought the only
Bludger.
people she really worked with was
Darn
like
right.
Rain and their group of people. So I was just very confused about all of it. Like, I guess she had her other stuff, a different place, or she was an escort. I'm assuming she was an escort if you want to get technical.
So Rosy was escorting. Anybody not familiar with the term? That's basically just it's like a more, I guess you'd call it like high class form of prostitution, where you arrange a meeting instead of just finding somebody randomly on a street corner. You're like a call girl kind of thing.
I mean, I'm not accusing her of anything. I'm just saying she talks about meetups a lot. So feederism meetups.
And she also said she went to all kinds of, quote, sex parties where she would have sex with a bunch of random anonymous men and women. And they would just assemble in groups in various rooms of the house. and they would have random sex together. And she said she only quit doing it when she learned that the people the rooms they were using were actually the children's rooms of the children that lived there during the day, and they would go to stay someplace else when they would use the house as an orgy house. That's right. Rosy was participating in orgies regularly as part of the feeder community. That was the work that she loved doing so much. Although she said she didn't really make a lot of money doing it. She mostly just did it for fun.
Same thing. Yeah, I haven't seen.
And she said that part of the reason she quit doing the orgies is because of the disgusting stuff that would happen. Like she said, there was one guy who would. I'm not even gonna say what he did. I can't think of a way to say it that's not incredibly disgusting. He wanted to bat second for every single person there.
Anything. I've seen a bunch of pictures on Instagram, like she was trying to be a Instagram thought or whatever. I can't imagine she got paid for that much. I'm just very confused about her history. If you want to get
sex
technical.
House or the
because
where she lives,
why,
you mean?
like, I watched passively in the beginning, and I wish I had saved stuff because now I can't
to go eat.
I have to start all over again. So we're gonna just do it on here.
I'm just gonna leave that alone, Fiona's mom. You know what? If what I said is unclear, it's for the best. I'm just gonna leave it alone because I don't even want to describe it. I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, I know she did swingers. That's what I'm saying. So the way she talks about feederism, again, it's a different. I guess it's a different way of looking at it because I look at it from a work perspective. She looks at it from a life perspective. She did it for free. She does this. I mean, she would do this for free. She is doing this for free. Like, it's her thing. It's so bizarre.
She might try to eat it.
I can't understand it at all. And really, she would make more money doing it in the adult world on her own, away from YouTube. Like, she cannot be making that much per live to make it worth gaining 100 pounds in 8 months. Like, it's not even a joke.
Yeah, keep in mind, she was a lot thinner before she escaped the feeder community. So, I mean, apparently escaping the feeder community causes people to put on weight.
Yeah. It's just interesting. I don't want to see her OF. I'm good. I'm good. Everyone has their own style, you know. She had customers. That's all that matters. We're good. I don't need. I've seen the cake. The cake is enough for me.
All right, so we're gonna fast forward to the final portion of this video.
To start a war, everything that I've said at this point,
and
has
literally
only been
to this day,
to
she's still
the
not
lies
past
that
it.
she has been saying about me.
She still lies about it.
She has done this to a lot of people.
She escaped feederism.
Well, that's pretty horrible. I wasn't aware of that, and I certainly wish I had been, because this is not. You know, when I decided to no longer be friends with Rosy a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, it was.
So now we're finally going to get the rest of the breakup story while Rain and Rosy fell out.
I genuinely still thought that she was a very good person at that time. And I just felt like she's a bit immature and emotionally.
I want to know how much money she lost by not being able to sell the products that she paid her to make.
In my best interest to stay friends, which is why I really
and how does
did
she
try
feel
to end the
about
friendship
her
amicably.
going around the internet calling her a fucking groomer? I'm sorry, but that's...
Yeah, Rosy, I guess Rosy is claiming that this woman here is the one who groomed her into feederism. Because if this is the woman who hired her to make the feeder videos, well, then who else, right? She claims she was groomed into it. Well, who groomed you, Rosy? Was it this woman here? Because it sounds like you and her had a good relationship. You weren't groomed into a darn thing.
Fuck shit.
Thank you, Tyler. Or sorry, thank you. That's my son speaking out, and
she's so much better than these other women because she escaped feederism.
I really
Unlike
don't
that.
want him to be involved in any of this.
Twitter.
These women are trapped in feederism. They wish they could be like her. According to Rosy, these women hate their lives because they're stuck in the sex work industry, whereas Rosy has escaped and she's living her life that she wants to. I'm not here to argue about the merits or the problems with doing this kind of work. That's a whole different subject, and there's certainly a lot that can be said. But for the purposes of right now, Rosy's being a hypocrite.
I just don't want to traumatize her. I mean, I guess we know what she did. I just had questions if she feels like
she misgendered you on her stories.
To be fair, this woman Rain kind of, I mean, if you watch the full thing, you'll be able to hear Rain's full video, but I'm kind of skipping through, so you miss a little bit of it. But Rain is a little bit repetitive. So even though it's a 3-hour video, I'm kind of, the parts I've shown you are like pretty much everything there is to see. But if you really want to see like every little detail, I have put a link to Veronica's video in the chat. And if you watch the full thing, you'll be able to see the little bits that you kind of missed here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So even if you take out...
The thing is that she's just spiraling.
We'll finish this. It's almost over.
She's spiraling at this point, and she's really grasping at straws. Now she's not only attacking me, but she's bringing my kids.
So it was an online
setting.
I'm like, how am I a stalker? I'm literally just... I'm just reporting the news.
Yeah.
I'm not a stalker.
To protect a minor, she sure can't keep my name out of her mouth. Does she say your name too? Yeah, this is real.
Well, I don't remember exactly where it was, but there was something about the cane. Where'd the picture with the cane go? But Elizu mentioned it. We're running a little low on time, but there was a picture with a cane, and that was what caused the falling out originally. But that was this woman's cane that Rosy was using in the picture, and this woman called her out for being a fake. Saying, hey, Rosy, you don't really use a cane, so why the heck are you using one in this picture? It's fake. It's not cool. I don't appreciate you pretending to be disabled for attention, for clout, for whatever. So anyway, I think we're going to end it with that. So everybody, I hope you've had a great night. That is the exposure of Rosy. That is the truth about Rosy. We also were able to learn the truth of GlitterandLazers. GlitterandLazers, what do you call her health, her calves that almost exploded on the trail today. So let me put on a little bit of music. And I'm going to say goodnight to you folks. I've had a wonderful time tonight. So I hope you folks have had a great night as well. But I'm starting to get a little bit tired. Ugh. That sounds disgusting. That is typical Rosy. You're very welcome, N&B. You're very welcome, Andrea. I would love to stream longer, but I'm just too tired. I feel like I'm ready to pass out. Good night, Tucker and friends. Good night, good night. Yes, please, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the stream. Good night, Capricorn. See you next time. You folks rock. And I'm glad I was able to expose the truth behind Rosy. Next week, we're going to be doing more reacts. I still need to react to Rosy, so I'm going to try to... I don't want to make any promises, but I will try to do another live at some point before next week. Good night, Chantal's and Flick Bean. Yeah, it's a lot for me, at least. Some people do like 6-hour streams, but 2 hours is about all I can handle. All right, good night, everybody.